Hello and welcome again. I'm just going through some strategies and some different philosophies that I went through when I first started out. And when I first started in the idea, the contemplation of what I was going to do with my time, with my life, I took a lot of different steps and a lot of different theories and a lot of different, I should do this or I should do that. And I found out that as I was going through, as I was getting started, we're talking way back here, as I was getting started, I did not realize all of the philosophies and the strategies that are out there, and some of which I was using and didn't even realize I was using, and others I wasn't using to the ability that I needed to be. I'm sure you can relate to what I'm saying here. I mean, we're all smart individuals and we all have a way of doing things or not doing things. So, what I've come across for myself, and this is an awakening and a huge eye opener, when I come across for myself is when I look back at my journals and I look back at everything that I have done, and when I realized this, it's been years ago since I realized this, and I put it into one of my journals, the outcome of when I changed and how I changed it and what I did to make it better. What I was realizing was I would find myself, this was back in the day, comparing what I was thinking of doing. I would think, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that today, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, whatever I was going to do. I'm sure you have the same thoughts and feelings that you do in your own business every day. But what I realized, and this was an eye-opener, and I hope somebody gets some value from this, because this was an eye-opener when I realized that what I was thinking of doing and what I was wanting to do was totally different than what I was actually doing. Oh, thank you so much. Was different than what I was actually doing. And when you don't do in your business what you actually intend to do and what you want to do, you're not going to give yourself the benefit, and you're not going to give yourself the inspiration and the go get 'em attitude, and you're not going to be true to yourself if you're not actually doing the steps that you set out to do. And I found this, and when I realized that I was doing this, and I sat down and I went through, of course, my journals, because I do journal, and I went through and I looked to see what my steps were, what I was doing and not doing. And I found that even though I'm sure this is going to be an eye-opener for a lot of us, because it was for me at the time, and that's why I'm sharing this with you this morning, is because this is gold. This is when you realize you're doing this, because you don't realize you're doing it because you're not doing it. I know it's a double-edged sword that we create for ourselves, and it's just crazy how we do this. So what I realized is when I was setting out my goals for my day, this is each individual day, you write down what you're going to do, and you get it all out there because you want to get this stuff done. You want to grow your business. You want to grow your revenue. You need to have this income coming in to take care of your family, right? That's a point we all can agree on. We all have a why as to why we're doing this, what we're doing, and we know that having a home business is not easy. It is not easy. Whoever said it was easy and you could work 30 minutes a day or 2 hours a week or whatever, they were crazy. They weren't making any money, or maybe they were just bothering to spam people, or scam people, I guess is the right word for that. So, but back to Target, when I realized that the difference was when I was not doing, get my words right here, what I had intended to do for that day and what I was actually doing were two different things. They were two different. And what happened was I realized that by not doing all of the tasks that I had set for that day, I was losing money. I was costing myself revenue. And it was no one else's fault. It was no one else to blame for this because it was myself. I mean, let's face it, guys and gals, we are all our own boss. We are the leader of our own outcome. What we either succeed at or not succeed at is all on ours. It's all on ourselves. No one else is responsible for what we do or say or feel. It's all individually. And when I realized this back in the day, that there was a huge difference between the intention and the doing. You can intend to do something, but unless you actually follow through with that intention, you're costing yourself money. And like I said, I realized that I was costing myself money and I would have an excuse. Oh my Lord, have mercy. I had an excuse for everything. And when I went through my journals and I looked at some of the things I had wrote down years ago, I was just amazed I even got this far because it was just crazy. I had an excuse for everything. Oh my gosh, my dog was sick today. Oh my gosh, the kids weren't feeling well. Excuse me. Oh, I can't do this because I have to go get some groceries and I have to take care of some laundry and I have to do some household chores, or I have to get with the person that's going to do the lawn or whatever it was. I had so many excuses, and every one of those excuses wasn't hurting anybody but myself. I was only hurting me by not following through on the steps that I knew I needed to take. I knew my why. I knew why I started this business. I knew why I was failing. And like I said before, you've probably heard me over this time, all these times, I've failed so many times at so many different opportunities. Some of them weren't set up to succeed. Some of them were just, they were really bad, really, really bad to get into in the first place. But I can't blame everything on that because the outcome was on me individually. And when I learned how to take what my intentions were and to focus my intentions and actually do the task. Again, nobody sets up the tasks or intentions for us. Nobody out there is saying, okay, you have to do this today, blah, 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 blah. You have to do this, blah, 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 blah. Nobody comes up and tells you what you have to do. That's only if you work for someone else. But being that you work for yourself and maybe you're an affiliate, maybe you have your own product, whatever you have, you are the boss. You are in control of yourself. And when I found that I put my intentions into actually doing the job, actually doing the task every day. And then I had this system for myself. Well, thank you. And I started telling myself, okay, you're doing this. There's no way around it. You are doing this. You are following through. It doesn't matter whatever I have set for my day, whether it was I was going to make 10 sales or I was going to get 5 leads or, whatever it was that I had set for my day. I wouldn't go to bed until I had that done, until I had all the PDFs I wanted to create done, until I had all the sales funnels that I wanted to create done. And I tend to get a lot on my plate because I expect so much out of myself. I expect myself to exceed and succeed and excel at whatever I'm doing. And when I put that into play and I made myself stick to it, and in the beginning, I'm telling you, it was hard. It was really, really hard to know I was responsible for all of my actions. I was responsible for either making the business work or not making the business work. It was all on me. It wasn't on anyone else or any other opportunity or company that I had joined, it was all on me because I am the only one in control of what I do. When I totally got the mindset to realize this, and it is a mindset, and if you do not have that positive mindset that you can do anything you want to do and you can succeed at whatever you choose to do, then you will not succeed. That's just plain and simple. And I don't believe in sugarcoating anything because you know what? It doesn't help. In the beginning, back in the day, I sugarcoated everything for myself, telling myself, well, I just didn't know everything. And when I learned, when I get this, then I will be successful. When I make this much money, I will be successful. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to feel and be successful before you actually get the income. If you're not, if you don't feel that, if you don't see that you are amazing, then you will never be amazing and you will never get your goal. You will never make the income you want to make. I know that's harsh. I know that's straight to the point and that's just getting it all out there, but it's true. It is very true. So when I found my backbone, I guess I could call it for myself. I don't know, everybody has their own analogy on what they want to do. For me, it was like, I'm in control of my life. I'm in control of everything I do. No one else is responsible for me or what I do or don't do. You can't expect someone else that's not even a part of you to be responsible for you. And don't have excuses about anything. If people are visiting you or they're joining you, you know, they're coming to your home, they're taking your time. There's always a way around it. Always. You will know yourself what your routine is, what you're doing, what you're not doing. You will know how to get around that yourself. And I could give you all the tips and tricks that I use. The point is, those may not be genuine and be able to use for yourself because you don't relate to what I was doing or what I was feeling or, you know, different systems that I use to take myself forward. And that's what you have to do. You have to constantly be taking yourself forward because if you're not hurting anyone else but yourself. If you are in with a company that the main focus is on developing and creating leaders like yourself, then you are in the golden place. You are in the place where you will just keep growing and growing and growing because the strategies are given freely and the strategies and the camaraderie are there for you to feed off of and learn and just excel. When you do this, when you take those steps and you make your world, your dream, the reality that it was meant to be, then that means your intentions and the doing meet. The intentions and the doing are in unison with each other because you intend to do something and you do it. That's the key, guys. You have to be in the mindset that whatever you set for yourself, you're doing this for yourself because you are an amazing person and you are successful. When you set this for yourself, no one's going to whip you on the back with the whip or whack you on the head with a book or whatever the analogy is. We all have different analogies that we want to do to get ourselves motivated. And when you do this for yourself, the difference in your activities, in your intentions, and your doing will stop costing you money and start producing money. That's what it's all about, right? We're all in the home business to make a living, to make an income to support our families, to make an income to travel, to make an income to buy that new house or buy that car or buy that flashy thing, that sparkling thing that we want. We're all in the home business to make a name, to make an income, to whatever your why is. When you get your mindset in order, you know what? You can have all these things that you are wanting to have. And that's what it's about. It's all about you and what you want, what you're doing, and what is profitable for you. Excuse me. So take this to heart, because I'm giving this to you from my heart to you, because I've been through this exact scenario, and I actually went through this for quite a while before I realized my intentions and my actual doing were hurting my business. They weren't helping my business, they were hurting it. And when I learned, and I learned the hard way, cost me thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, keep going with the thousands of dollars, but I learned. And now I'm sharing this with you in the hopes that this will give you value and that this will help you to grow your business and to be as successful as you want to be. So on that happy note, I wish you all a great, prosperous day. And you're not only making your list, your goal, you're breaking it down throughout the day, what you're going to do each day. Actually do it. It's only you that's going to benefit, no one else. It doesn't benefit anyone else out there. It benefits you. So do it, promote, follow, whatever you have to do. Get your name out there. Start branding yourself. If you're not branding yourself and you need help doing that, let me know. I'd be more than happy to give you some tips and tricks. And you never know, it could very well work like it did for me. Okay, guys, I will chat with you again later. And again, thank you so much for joining me. I am grateful, and I hope this gave you value. If so, please like and share this video so that Facebook will keep us on the air. And also come over and visit us at our YouTube channel and subscribe. There's more over there. Okay, guys and gals, I will chat with you all later, and thank y'all so much for joining me.